My name is Hiro. I have just installed the camera built-in in my laptop, and just want to make a video and share something. And today I want to share with you about speaking English, because English nowadays is the most popular language in the world. For sure, it's the most popular. Someone can mention about Chinese, the language spoken by the majority of people in the world, but English still stand at the highest position in the most learned language in the world, among hundreds languages. And this day I just found one method to learn English. That is speak English with myself. Before that, I was struggling to find out a good environment to practice English. For example, went to join some club, or try to go to some blog, website, forum to find foreigner, make friends with them, and then make the conversation, thing like that. But as we living in the constantly changing world, so we don't have much chance to do that. Everyone have busy life, especially with someone you work for not only yourself but your family. And one more thing, when you are living in non-native speaking countries, so it's really hard or kind of difficult for you to find someone to speak English with you. Most of the time you use your mother tongue to communicate with the people. And imagine that you speak with for me, I'm Vietnamese, and imagine that go to see some other Vietnamese on the streets, and then try to speak English with them, or speak English with my friends. The people around, maybe they can see, we are psycho or things like that, like crazy. Why don't you use the Vietnamese? Then you use the foreign language. So what the safe way to practice your English when you don't have friends or you don't have the good environment to do that? So I suggest that you can speak English with yourself. I have learned this methods from some people has shared on the internet, YouTube, or I have just read their books, 5 Steps to Learn a New Language from Hưng Quang Phật, or Robbie, he also the owner of the website EnglishHarmony.com. So I also know that to practice English, at least when you speak English with yourself, it's better than do nothing at all. So don't be afraid. Some of you can say, some of you can think it's quite bored when you speak English with yourself, because you don't have any topic to do that. So the thing is how to motivate yourself to speak English without boring thing. So here the key. Let's think the first one. Think about your goal. Think about your target. How great you want to be in speaking English. How good you want to be in the future, and how do you care about yourself? How do you care about your English? How do you care about your future? So it means you have to ask yourself those questions, and then if you can answer it, so it's more easier for you to start using English yourself. As other Vietnamese people, I started learning English from secondary school, grade 6, and till now maybe it's 12, 15 years learning English. But my spoken English and my entire English in general is not very good, because in the past, when we start learning English, my teacher taught us most about something to write down, like separate vocabulary and English grammar. But when I grow up, when I went to university, and I realized that the thing the teacher taught us in the past, it just can build up a little background for us, for me in my English, but it do nothing when I come to speak English, come to spoken English. I mean, I can learn a lot of grammar. Okay, it's good for me, to realize to do the test, something like that. Or I know the vocabulary. It's good for me when I read some text and I know what exactly going on there. I know what the writer will talk about. But the thing is, when it comes to spoken English, when I have to deal with the real people, I have no much time to do that. You know, it takes kind of long time to recall the words in my mind, and then come to my mouth. So it takes a long time. So imagine that you and me, are communicating in English, and when we speak a topic and you say, hey, let's wait, I want to think of it a little bit, give me 1 or 2 minutes and to think about it before I can give to you the answer. So how do you think I or in another words the other in front of you will think about you? They think your English is not good, or your knowledge about the topic is not good, or badly they can think you are not a good listener or you are not a good communicator. So your relationship will perhaps will break down. So break through now, and we don't want to do that, right? So let's start today to speak English with yourself, and then you will find it more interesting. You can find more opportunities to practice your English and take care of your future. See you in this video.